I believe we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? So, if you're new and you haven't been here for a live stream before, maybe a few people that'll be the case. I'm not real great at looking at the questions and repeating the question. Sometimes I'll just see a question and answer it, but I don't say the question out loud. And sometimes the live chat, it takes forever to process. So if you happen to see what time this video uploads, 11, 12, 13 hours later, the live chat will finally process. Or if you catch it live, you can play along. But first, I probably won't even look at the live chat actually here. I want to start out with a few things. Been asked a lot about like what would be the perfect show. And it's kind of hard to say. Like, would I just pick like 17 or 18 of my favorite songs just straight down the just 1 through 18? Probably not. In a perfect world, they would just open up with like Colonel Forbin, Famous Mockingbird. There would be a Harpua in there. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Chat amongst yourselves here for a moment, or just listen to me babble about a potential new album in a perfect show. Now, the potential new album is just that, as just total speculation because we've got all these new songs, and it may or may not be wanted. Also, the Gorge '09, Japan 2000. There was some jamming in '09, believe it or not. Hey, what's up, Dan Z? Hope you're doing well, my man. So, how's this perfect show going to start? Martian Monster. Again, like I said, I could go Colonel Forbin, Famous Mockingbird, but I want it to be like a good show, if I were just, I know it's not really, I just get caught in between Fantasyland and like wanting it something that we would all kind of enjoy and would be a good show and kind of realistic, maybe. Just kind of put it out there. You never know, it might happen. I do love me some Martian Monster, especially to start a show, man. It's just like you're sitting around, you're waiting, the lights hit, and then boom, those first notes, you're like, or you got problems, man. If you're not fired up for that one, and it doesn't have to go on too long. It's the opener, it's the freebie on YouTube, 6 or 7 minute Martian Monster. And then we're just going to keep it going, man. It's just going to be relentless. They are never going to let up because then they're going back on the train. It's probably going to go about 10 minutes of just pure fury. Then Sand, which is always going to kick ass. And then Wolfman's Brother. Then Theme from the Bottom and Taste. This is when we're actually going to chill out and slow down a little bit. So you're starting out with Martian Monster, Train, Sand, Wolfman's Brother. Just like, man, you ain't even had a chance to breathe yet. And then Theme from the Bottom and Taste. But they're not done just smacking you over the head because then Stash and then Mango Song. That's one we don't get a lot. I think everybody would love that set. And then, what would be jammed out? Probably Wolfman's Brother. And then everything else would be mostly Type 1. You might get a little spicy in Stash. So did we get all that? I know it'd be a lot easier if you could like see it up on the screen or something, but hey, what's up? Martian Monster, Back on the Train, Sand, Wolfman's Brother, Theme from the Bottom, Taste, Stash, Mango Song. That's a pretty perfect first set, really. I don't know about everybody, but for me, now over here to the second set, it's real simple. Tube, Free, Piper, Light, Ghost, Hood, Slave to the Traffic Light, Encore. Tube's not going to go the full distance, but we're going to get about a 10-minute Tube. And then Free's going, Tube and Free are going to kind of be together. We're getting probably a 30-minute jam session at a Tube and Free. And then Piper, Light, Ghost all kind of run together. Probably about another 30 minutes out of those three, with Ghost being the big one. Piper and Light, very nice, but just burning things up. And then we get into Ghost, a nice little 11-minute Ghost, 12-minute Ghost, and then a Harry Hood with a nice jam session, either way. And then Slave to the Traffic Light for the encore, just because that's my absolute favorite. So, again, that's a pretty nasty set, right? I tried to pick something that I think a little bit of although the Piper Light, I don't know, maybe I'm just a sucker for Piper and Light, which I am. I was listening to a bunch of Lights from '09 and 2012 today. That might have been its heyday, 2012-ish. I know, 14 probably, 13, 14 as well. But even in '09, right out of the gates, I definitely remember back then being like, who said Stash is meh? Stash is... I don't know. Everybody's got different opinions, I suppose. So anyways, now on to like, I don't know, what are people thinking about a new album? Like, are these songs worthy of it? And I just was thinking like maybe something for the 40th anniversary. It seems inevitable. They're going to do something similar to what we got for the 20th anniversary, even if it's just a run of, 4 shows or something. It inevitably seems like that's going to happen, but it also seems like, what are they waiting on? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I see. I think so too. Yeah, yeah. No punch you in the eye. This tour, no punch you in the eye in my imaginary show. Although it was considered, I was considering punch you in the eye free, but nah, we're going tube. We're starting this party right. So then, oh yeah, I think, and there's got to be a song or two out there that we're just not thinking of that maybe, or we've never even heard before, or another song that's maybe not labeled new, that's not on an album. Anyhow, basically they have enough material certainly with Oblivion and The Well and all these songs that have just recently come out. And then, so I don't know. Maybe that's just a wasted thought, but it just seems like they have the material. They're sneaky, man. They can get an album. They could bust out an album without us even knowing it, you know. And it does feel like they're going to do something for the 40th anniversary. I don't know. Just seems like those shows in Nashville, Dayton, and Chicago. That's not going to be it. There's going to be a New Year's run, but it seems like they'll do something before that. So like, and maybe it's just too obvious and cliche to be like, oh, they're just going to do what they did for the 20th. You know, a little run through the Northeast, a couple shows in New York, Boston, Philly, something like that, which I could definitely see happening. And then also an album release around that time wouldn't be shocking. Well, it would be shocking if they played that song Drifting again. You know, I know I've talked about that before, but I stopped in at that. They played it once in '03. Tab plays it all the time. But the one time Phish played it, man, especially now, the way their style and jamming is going on right now in 2023, I think that Tab song Drifting would fit right in. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, guys? And oh yeah, the Gorge '09. I was shocked at how good that show was. Now I think maybe probably back in '09, this was like the show everybody's like, all right, they're back. You know, that happened every now and then. There would be like a really good show in '09 or 2010, and everybody would be like, all right, they're officially back now. A lot of hour and a half long sets too back then, I noticed. Obviously, when they first came back in Hampton in '09, those sets were like an hour and 48 minutes, one of them was, but a lot of an hour and 26 minutes, hour and 29 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. First sets, that is, anyhow. So, anyhow, if you don't remember that, go back and check out the Gorge '09. If you've just completely written off '09, August 7th is the one. And then somehow I stumbled upon, oh, it was kind of recommended, I guess, on the app, the Japan 2000 show, June 16th. I mean, they started out with a 16-minute limb by limb, ends with a slave to the traffic light. And, you know, this argument about, I mean, obviously, I still love them. I'm here every night. I'm here for it for as long as they go. But this argument that they're a better band now than they were, I don't know, man. I mean, listening to just some show from 2000. I mean, Japan 2000 was, you know, raved about. It's released as a official live Phish release. So, you know, it was a great show amongst, you know, just a pretty average year, I suppose, for back then. But man, there's just, you know, I don't know. Anything that I listened to pre like 2.0, it was just, it's a different band. Obviously a much better band, I felt, anyhow. And that's not even a knock on today's band, because they, you know, they could still work some magic. They're still a very good band. I don't know. I just hate, and that argument seems to come around every few years. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's someone who didn't experience 1.0. I mostly did not. So, you know, I missed out. Even the one or the two shows that I went to in 1.0, I wasn't fully in yet, you know. So, you know, maybe there's a little bit of that. People are just want to be like, hey, they're better now because they're going and seeing them now. And, you know, they got 18 podcasts about them now. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be the case. Still a very good band. Still a band I'm, you know, wanting to see all the time. Got tickets to go see them this fall. Buying all the webcasts, you know. Still worth talking about. But yeah, it's, I don't know. Just oh yeah, that Japan 2000, I was just like, you know, 2000 was supposedly not even a great year either. You know, they had already kind of you know, they saw the writing on the wall. They knew they were taking a break. So 2000 was supposedly not a great year. 2009 and 12 were for light, though, I'll tell you that. I don't know if I didn't really look here, unfortunately, as Wally P. Doyle says. Didn't get a chance to look at the chat a whole lot. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Wrap it up. So anyhow, how about that perfect show, right? Martian Monster, Back on the Train, Sand, Wolfman's Brother, Theme from the Bottom, Taste, Stash, and Mango. They should play Mango Song a little more. How come Mango Song's never been a regular? And Drifting, Drifting's one of them songs somehow. If I could just get Trey's ear, I'd be like, Trey, come on, man, play Drifting. They will, he would love it. It's just convincing the other guys to learn it. I'm sure they'd have to relearn it. It's been a while. And about a 30-minute tube free. That's a good way to open up a second set. And then you follow that up with a 30-minute trio of Piper, Light, and Ghost, a jammed out hood to end it, and then a slave to the traffic light to say goodnight. That is near a perfect show for this guy, anyhow. New album may or may not happen. Oh, yeah, Dan Z, you're right. Yeah, Drifting rules. This guy likes it. Yeah, man. Go, if you get a chance, go back. It's even on YouTube, I believe, the 2003 version that they played. I think it was a night where they played they might have even played a Pork Tornado song that night. Played like a Tab song, a Mike song, a Page song, and a Pork Tornado song. So, I think that about wraps it up, guys. We've went a little over 11 minutes. Boom. It's actually not that long. I try to be, man. I try to be. Boom. You're right, Dan. Well, a lot of those, some songs, when a new album comes out, like The Line, Waiting All Night, unfortunately, outski. Boom. Boom. Hey, what's up, Ranger? Long time no see. Phil? Pillow Jets was actually not bad, right? I hate to say it, but boom. Spud, it's actually catching on. I think they did, Wally. It was a 2003 show, maybe February 26th, 03. Check that out. Boom. See you later, Rick. You got punched on the street lately, Rick? Boom. We're out of here. Love you guys.